It's never too late. 7 financial strategies to take back control of your life. No matter how old you are, 50, 60, or 70, there's one truth that never loses relevance. Either money works for you, or you work for money. And for most people, it's the latter. Just look at the numbers. 7 out of 10 Americans of retirement age rely on Social Security as their primary source of income. This isn't a coincidence. It's the result of years, decades, of financial misunderstanding, lack of planning, and decisions made by default, not design. But that reality can change. No matter your age, no matter your income, because financial freedom is not a privilege for the young or the lucky. It's a skill, a strategy, and above all, a decision. Today, I want to share with you 7 strategies that changed my life. Strategies that brought me peace during uncertain times and gave me true control over my financial future. These strategies work whether you're 25 or 75, and at the end, we'll create a practical financial plan for you to begin this week. Actionable, simple, transformational. But before we begin, ask yourself, do you control your money, or does it control you? SDAD. The lie we're told about money. I grew up believing the goal in life was to get a good job. One with benefits. One with a pension. One you could keep for 40 years. Work 40 hours a week for 40 years, to retire on 40% of what was never enough to begin with. That's the reality many still live by. But when I met my mentor Earl Schoaf at the age of 25, he asked me something that shook me. Jim, have you ever saved even 10 cents from every dollar? I hadn't. I was broke, in debt, and completely lost. Earl just smiled and said, that's where we start. That was the first principle. If you want to have more, you must learn to manage even a little. Not someday. Not when you make more. Right now. Because wealth doesn't come from income. It comes from behavior, from mindset, from disciplined decisions made consistently over time. The 7 financial strategies that work at any age. Here are the 7 financial strategies that can work for anyone, regardless of their age or current financial situation. These principles are designed to empower you to take control and build a secure future. 1. Live on 70% of what you earn. It sounds impossible when money is tight. But this strategy changed everything. I was told, if you can't live on 90%, you'll never manage 1000%. And they were right. Discipline isn't about how much you make. It's about what you do with what you have. 70% for living, 10% for self-education, books, courses, 10% for investments, 10% for charity. This isn't just a budgeting trick. It's a philosophy of life. One that creates order, dignity, and long-term peace. Save, and grow, automatically and study money. Like your life depends on it, because it does, save, and grow, automatically. Saving should be non-negotiable. Like brushing your teeth. Don't wait to see what's left at the end of the month. Save as soon as income comes in. Automatically, systematically. Because the difference between success and struggle isn't how much you earn. It's how consistently you save and grow what you have. Money that sits loses value. Money that grows buys freedom. Study money like your life depends on it. Because it does. School never taught us how money works. Most adults don't understand compound interest, debt traps, or asset creation. But here's the liberating truth. You can learn at any age. 1 principle per week. 1 new financial concept. Start small. What is compound interest? What's the difference between good debt and bad debt? How does inflation impact savings? Knowledge transforms victims into architects. It's never too late to understand the rules of the game, and play to win. Plan every dollar before it leaves you. If you don't assign a job to your money, it disappears. Planning is not about fancy spreadsheets. It's about clarity. What's coming in? Where is it going? What's left? And what's its purpose? Even if your income is unstable, plan anyway. Estimate conservatively. Base your budget on your lowest expected income, not your best case scenario. Because spontaneous spending is emotional. Planning is strategic. And strategy wins. Build assets, not just a bank balance. Money sitting idle is not freedom. Money that works without you is. And no, you don't need $1 million to start. A skill can be an asset. A small online store can be an asset. A teaching session, a blog, a workshop, if it brings value, it can bring income. Wealthy people look for opportunities. Others look for excuses. And at an older age, you have the greatest asset of all: experience. Package it, share it, monetize it, turn your wisdom into income. Track everything and think legacy, not just income. Track everything. What you track, you control. What you ignore, controls you. For years, I lived by feel, until one day my mentor asked me, "How much did I spend on food last month?" I guessed. He smiled and said, "Guessing is the language of financial confusion." From that day on, I wrote everything down. First in a notebook, then in a spreadsheet. It changed my money, but more importantly, it changed me. Tracking isn't about guilt, it's about awareness. And from awareness comes peace. Think legacy, not just income. Stop asking, "How much can I earn?" Start asking, "What will I leave behind?" Not just for your kids. For the world. For your name. It's not about big inheritances. It's about example, culture, mindset. Did you live with integrity? Did you show discipline? Did you make thoughtful financial decisions? That's legacy. And it's never too late to start writing yours. Your action plan starts now. We've talked theory. Now, let's take action. Step 1. Honest self-assessment. Rate yourself from 1 to 10 in each of these areas. Do I manage my expenses confidently? Do I save automatically? Do I regularly invest in financial education? Do I know where my money goes each week? Do I have a written income, expense plan? Do I have at least one income-generating asset? Do I have an emergency fund, 3 months of expenses? Am I debt-free or actively reducing debt? Do I communicate about money openly with family? Am I building a positive financial legacy? Look at your lowest score. That's your biggest opportunity. Step 2. Create a weekly plan. Pick one area and write 3 small actions you'll do this week. Examples. Read 10 pages of a money book each day. Track every purchase for 7 days. Set up a 10% auto transfer to savings. Teach your grandchild about budgeting. List 5 potential side income ideas. Start small. Stay consistent. Adjust weekly. Conclusion. You're the architect. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. You are the architect. Your thoughts are the blueprint. Your actions are the tools. Your life is the project. Build it one disciplined decision at a time. And if this message sparked something in you, share it. Leave a comment. Begin a conversation. Because as you now know, financial freedom begins not with luck, but with action. Let's get to work.